Hello friends, I'm Shane Desai and I'm here with one more video from English literature, and today's topic is the characteristics or the features or the traits of the Puritan period, or which is also known as the age of Milton. Now we are going to discuss the characteristics of Puritan period, and so for that reason this video is going to be a quite longer one. So I've decided to record this video into two parts. So in this first part, in this particular video, we will discuss the historical and political changes that took place during the Puritan period, and in the second part we will discuss the characteristics in detail, and I hope I will try my level best to explain whatever I have read, and in a easy language. So stay tuned and watch the video till end. Um, Okay, this is the introduction of the Puritan period. Starting from the first point, the Puritan age is also known as the age of Milton or Caroline age, as the King Charles the First was on the English throne, right? So the age of Puritan or Puritan period is also known as the age of Milton, because Milton was the prominent writer, the towering figure during this time, and he contributed in this period by his magnum opus, which is the Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained, and for that reason this age is also known as the age of Milton. It is also known as Caroline age. Now Caroline is the English name of King Charles the First, and King Charles the First was reigning during the Puritan period in England. For that reason, this age is also known as the Caroline age, right? The second point, it starts from 1625 and goes till 1660 in the time frame of the history of English literature. Now, as we know, in history of English literature, we have divided the ages according to the time frame, according to the timeline, and this the time period of Puritan age is from 1625 to 1660. This whole time frame is known as the Puritan period. The term Puritan comes from the Latin word puritus, which in English means pure, right? So this is the etymology of the word Puritan. Where does the word come from? So the word Puritan come from the Latin word puritus, which means pure, and the Puritan period was marked by the religious changes. There were so many religious changes took place. Bible was at the center, and the Puritan considered themselves as pure people, and that's why this age is named after them, Puritan period, which means the age of pure people or the age of religious people. This age was marked by the religious changes in the English society. As I told, during this time, the religious people, the church people, the priest, the Christianity, Bible was at the center and was in the center, and because of that, there were many religious changes took place during this time. Literature was also centered to religion. Before this period, Bible or Christianity was not at the center, but specifically in Puritan period, we can see the influence of Bible, biblical references, the church people. They are influencing religion, the society, and every aspect of the human life. Religion, Christianity, and the Bible were at the center of this age. As I told, every literary work, Paradise Lost, is itself the rewriting of Bible in epic form of poetry. John Milton tried to rewrite the Bible by putting the character of Lucifer at the center, right? So religion became the center of literature. Christianity came into prominence, and that's why this age was marked by religious changes. Poets and thinkers like John Milton immensely contributed to the literature of this age. As we know, John Milton is the towering figure. He was also a civil servant, and he contributed a great work so far as the Puritan period is concerned. His poem On His Blindness, Paradise Lost, Paradise Regained, these are the poems, these are the works which he wrote after being blind, after he lost his eyesight, and yet he contributed a lot in the development of poetry. The last phase of the Renaissance is considered as Puritan period. Now we know that the Renaissance period came into the Elizabethan age, and Renaissance was divided into various phases, right? So the last phase of Renaissance is marked by Puritan period. The last phase of Renaissance is known as the Puritan period. So far as the Puritan age is concerned, it is divided into two parts. Now when we talk about the Puritan period, then the time frame of Puritan period can be divided into two parts, which is from 1625 to 1649. We can call it as the Puritan age. This period 1625, when Charles the First was on the English throne, and he was on the English throne till 1649. So this particular period is known as Puritan period, and from 1649 to 1660, this phase is known as the Commonwealth period or Puritan interim, because in 1649 Charles the First was beheaded. He was killed by the general public, and there was no rule in England. The Parliament was governed by the Puritans. It was also known as the Parliament of Sage, and that's why the Commonwealth period came into existence, where Charles I was beheaded and there was no rule in England, no monarch was there in England, right? The last point says Charles I was beheaded in 1649 as he was a lavish king. Now, so far as the general public of England is concerned, they were not happy with the behavior of Charles I, and even they were not happy with the behavior of James I. Charles I was a lavish king. He was having many mistresses, more than 1200 mistresses. He was spending the national wealth immensely. He was not a responsible king. He was a lavish king. He was gifting palaces, lands to the mistresses. So the people, particularly the Puritans, those who were considering themselves as religious people, they were religious people, they were pure people, they were not happy with the ideology of Charles I, with the functioning of Charles I, and that's why they did a door-to-door campaign, and they said that Charles I is not the son of God, and that's why the general public was not happy with Charles I, and due to which civil war took place, and Charles I was beheaded, and there the general public killed Charles I, and because of that the second phase of Puritan period, the Puritan interim or Commonwealth period, came into existence when in 1649 Charles I was beheaded, and it continued till 1660, where again the monarchy is restored, and in English literature we called it as the Restoration period. So this was about the introduction of the Puritan period. Now going to the next slide. For the better understanding, I have made this diagram where you can see the progress of the English throne. So in 1603 till 1625, James I was on the English throne, and even the people, he was James VI of Scotland, but when he came to England he became James I, and the people was not happy because he came from Scotland and he was ruling on the people of England, and that's why people were not happy. And from 1625 to 1649 Charles the First was the king, and this period from 1625 to 1649, this is the part 1, we can say part 1 of Puritan period, and from 1649 to 1660 the Commonwealth period, where there was no rule in England, when Charles I was killed, when the Charles I was beheaded, and the Parliament was ruled by the Puritan period. Right, so these are certain characteristics of Puritan age. There are I have kept this in points, so I will just read this point out, and in the next video we will discuss all these characteristics. We will continue the video from here, and one by one we will discuss these characteristics in detail. So this was an introductory video, and the characteristics or the features of Puritan age goes as such: the era of civil war and protest, decline in literature, development of poetry, expansion of prose, decline of the drama, descriptive and narrative poetry, development of metaphysical poetry. So in next video we will discuss all these characteristics in detail. Thank you for watching my video. Stay tuned, and please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.